Hi, it's Tricia here. Over the next 15 minutes, I'm just going to share with you the simplicity of how to build your isogenics business and capitalize on this amazing launch over the next number of weeks. At this stage, you will have explored this isogenics.com website. You'll have watched some of the videos and the podcasts that are on this website. You'll have watched other links, other product trainings, and you're really at this point now that you have got to know who your support team is, you're wondering, how do I best capitalize on this launch? Well, first and foremost, I want to assure you that never again, probably for at least a couple of decades, you will have an opportunity, number one, to be positioned at the forefront of one of the biggest global wellness companies to launch in the UK and Europe, to be positioned with an amazing support team dedicated for your success, and to have the simplest system to take your business to a whole level over the next 8 weeks that's going to be strong, powerful, and highly duplicatable. So the first thing I want to say is this: what do we do when we start this business? We are an introducer. So every single person who joins the team over the first number of weeks, they're an introducer. You are the one who gets the message out about isogenics. And we, the support team, take those introductions, and with you listening, learning, and watching, you take the opportunity to understand over the course of a 4 to 8 week period how it all works. Firstly, we work with you to create your health and fitness story. Why? Well, as we're building your team, having your amazing transformation for yourself, going through, as we go through the next 60 days, the ISO Body Challenge, the challenge groups, the daily coaching and recipes, the education for healthy lifestyle, and the mind and body program. So this is a period of time where you can really make the most of your own personal transformation. And this is really key, because when you look at what people are going to evaluate looking into this business, yes, they're going to be very inspired by your ever-growing income, but they are most inspired about your lifestyle. And the big part of that lifestyle is your personal transformation. So I want to encourage you, as you introduce and you listen and learn and watch on Zoom, when your team support are going to be recording these sessions. So when you're not available, you can be watching the recorded sessions. But it's going to be such an interesting exercise for you as you watch your prospects become associates and customers through this experience of you introducing and following up by listening, learning, and watching a whole myriad of Zoom sessions with your team as you grow your team over the next 60, 90 days. Now, what I also want to encourage you is this: we will have a specific, simple way to introduce, depending on the type of person you're speaking to. So you will have that available, just the simplicity of what you do to introduce the opportunity to a personal trainer versus a mom at home who wants to lose weight and build a business wrapped around her family. So each of those are different, but one common denominator on all the people that you'll be introducing is this: everybody you speak to have their own personal needs, desires, and their hot buttons. And the key for you when you introduce is find out what they are. And the key to find out is ask questions. So as you and your sponsor sit down together, either on Zoom or face-to-face, and work out all the people that you'd like to introduce to the Isogenics product system, and also the opportunity, this time is well spent. So as you're going through that, you will have a specific way to introduce to different types of people. But one thing for sure, when you speak to an individual, when you maybe send them a teaser link and let them know this will fit perfectly alongside their work or their lifestyle currently, let them know that we have a great leadership support team. So it's ideal to chat with, just to say, Trisha, and she will show you how, with your skills and your personality and the time, how you can fit this in successfully with your current lifestyle. So here's the thing for you, is to make sure that you text over the prospect name, number, and a detailed voice message about each prospect on WhatsApp. And the more information we have, the better. So your key is to find out how their job is going, their business, what they're enjoying about it, what they're not enjoying. Find out about their family, what their plans are for holidays. Find out, and then link us in to a conversation with them as soon as possible. And you see, the more information we have, the better. So when we actually get on a conversation with any of your prospects, we're able to then relay the whole of the opportunity in relationship to their skills, their talents, what they're looking for in their lives. So the main objective of getting on a call with your prospect is to get face-to-face with them on Zoom as quickly as possible. And we will try and do it within that 24-hour period, either immediately or within 24 hours. And for you, it's really, really good to know that as we take people through the introduction on Zoom, what we're really doing before we get into any conversation about isagenix, we're just finding out about them. So we sit and spend time just connecting with your prospects and find out what they really are looking for in their lives, and find out all their interests as well. So when we show them this amazing website and we take them through the opportunity of isagenix, we're able to tailor make it according to what their interests are. So if they're really into fitness and health, we're going to focus a lot on the performance range and the energy range. And if they're really, really into, shifting that weight, changing that shape, and getting into an ongoing and lifestyle for life transformation, we're going to focus in on the product more. We're going to focus in more on the isagenix cleanse 30-day system. So it all depends. But what we will do is we will make it really interesting for them on the back of the fact that they know right up front that they're going to be introducers, so that they know that as they're looking at all this information, that their role is going to fit in to their lifestyle, their busy lifestyle. So it's very, very, very good for them to know, as they look at this information, that it's going to work for them. So we send them off to the videos and the podcasts, and you will know all of this because you will have a recording of each of these sessions. Now that's going to really be interesting for you, because you'll be able to see their body language, see how they're interacting, the kind of questions they're asking, and then really in many ways you know how to help direct them as well based on that experience. So I think it's really, really important for you that you have that opportunity as well. So they leave that website, they go off for the next 24 hours, looking at the videos, looking at the information. So when we come back together on Zoom, we really are in a position where we're able to take them through their own personal goals, both their health and fitness story and also their financial story too. Now this stage, they're much more, they've got much more of a clearer picture, at least, of what isagenix is, what the systems are. They've probably watched quite a few things. And I think the most important thing at this stage is that it's a good time to be able to talk about what the system is. So we let them know that we build 2 teams and that everything we do is based on this thing called the 500 bonus volume plan, which simply means that every single associate in your team are encouraged to have their own personal transformation and have 2 customers on the at least 30-day system, and take those customers through their personal transformation. This is so key, you know, because when they have their own story, but they also take these two customers through a really powerful 60 days, including the Mind and Body program, challenge groups, mentorship, education, they will know that those two customers are going to be so completely transformed in their health and their fitness. And also, what's going to happen is that our main objective with each customer is for them to get their product for free within the first 90 days. So them getting a great result and you working with two and everyone in your team working with two ensures that the referrals start to happen. The customer only has to walk outside of their door into the community before people are just noticing this amazing change that's happening for them. So referrals are very easy for customers, and the customers will be, you know, referring just simply because of the way they look. And of course, what happens then is that when they refer to in their second month, and by the third month, those two customers are referring to, that means that you have a customer that is so inspired by their targets having been achieved, and the fact that now they're getting their breakfast, their lunch, their snacks in between with amazing Isogenics products for free. And that's going to be the intention you have. Also, the intention too is a lot of your customers are going to become flat out inspired associates in your team too. So we love the system of very, very simply your personal transformation, having two who go through a personal transformation, and that is going to be a very strong and powerful organization. But as we know, people are not just going to get two, they're going to be out in their communities, in sports clubs, gyms, clinics, salons, universities, offices, schools, churches, and they're going to be putting the word out. The IsaBody Challenge is going to start to happen in all of these locations. There's a separate video, by the way, that explains how to maximize and how to go in and the approach that's going to get a perfect result in these arenas. That is going to be an absolute yes to it because of the way you're pitching. So that's a separate video. But just to say that a lot of your team are going to get more than two transformations. But if everybody personally gets on the transformation themselves and has two, that is an amazing result for you as an organization. That is the strongest organization you could possibly have. If everybody within their first 90 days is going to have their product for free because of the way you take them through their transformation, that again is a very, very strong organization as well. All based on that simple plan, you and your two customers going through the 30-day system. So let's just look at a possible result for you. Here's you with team one and team two. Now you know you've got a great support team, all supporting you to build on these numbers. So let's imagine between now and the 31st of May, you have, you know, two and they get two and two in team one, same on team two, with everybody, each of the 2020 having their personal transformation and two extra on the transformation. There is your result, £1,000 to £1,700 per month. That's a radical transformation financially to a world of people out there. They could link that in to their current lifestyle. Just on a simple policy of getting on a transformation and having two others who do the same. What if you had one person on team one? That could be somebody that your team is introduced, your support team is introduced, and let's just say you have one on team two. Identify who that person is. Who's that person on team one? And who's that person on team two who would also be inspired to get to that level of earning? They're the ones who are going to go for the same goal and look at the difference in your earning between £2,000 and £3,000 a month. Many people who join your team, that's the level of income that they'd be very interested to start to be able to realize at the end of May based on this very simple system. Now let's get to the next level. How about two? Identify two people on team one and two people on team two who achieve the same result between now and the end of May. Look at the change of income for you. Now this is getting more inspiring. everybody is just focused in on their personal transformation and 2 customers going through the transformation too. Now let's look at 4. Now this is very, very exciting to a lot of people. Think of 4 people that you can identify with your support team on team 1 and 4 people on team 2. Okay, it could be you might introduce 2 who introduce 1 each, whatever that 4 is. Those guys are the ones who you want to focus in on that 2020 goal. Now, you have a support team that can wrap around all 8 people. So we'll all be zooming in with them and their prospects and keeping a real tight ship between now and the end of May. Look at the results in earning and look at how many transformations you have. 600 people out there going through an amazing personal health and fitness transformation. 600 people lighting up their communities all across the UK with what they're experiencing themselves. Many of those 600 becoming flat out inspired associates. Do you think at that stage you don't have a viral, powerful organization growing really with that level of viral growth that's going to happen from that moment onwards? And that's simply because all you did was identified 4 people on team 1, 4 people on team 2 with your support team. You follow the simple system of introductions, listening, learning, and watching, and at the end of May, you have that level of people working out there. You know, each and any of those categories is powerful. Whether you go for the 2020 or you have 1 who do 2020 or 2 or 4, whatever the goal is, it's all about creating a system that ongoingly is going to build and build and build. And it's so doable and so achievable. So what happens after the first 60, 90 days? Well, your role changes from being a introducer to so many people wanting to hear your story. So that's where your role changes. Interestingly enough, you'll be more and more freed up in your lifestyle anyway in the course of that first 60 days to put a little bit more time in, but you're going to find a lot of your team are going to want to hear your story. And you see, our job is to help create your initial story while you're introducing, but then within 60 days, you're becoming the one who shares a story which inspires then the world of prospects from your team. So all the team are getting you to share the story, which is really quite an exciting story because it's going to be a health and fitness one, and it's going to be a team growing one too. So it's so simple and so powerful. So I want to encourage you, take the next 6 weeks, maximize on the road shows, identify the key people that you want at the road shows. And all I will say is this: over the next 6 weeks, your support team are going to back you up 1,000,000%. You're going to learn so much by listening and watching. And over the course of the next 6 weeks, set in place an organization that is going to go into major momentum in the course of the weeks, months, and years to come. Looking forward to working with you and supporting you to build a fantastic team. Bye for now.